Hello guys, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to discuss how to prepare yourself for the ICSE class 10th maths board exam. So technically speaking, we have solid 6 or 7 months in our hands before the board exam kickstarts in, and we are at the very beginning level of preparation. So I would like to share some tips with you which can enhance your preparation and get you into the right track. So let's dive deep into it. So first things first. So the very important first thing to do in your preparation currently now, since we have this 6-7 months ahead of us, is being up to date. So in my preparation of boards, it played a very huge role. Being up to date with the portions can help us better understand what is taught by the teacher every single day. So what I used to do during my prep was, suppose on Monday our teacher taught us say chapter 21 trigonometrical identities, exercise 21A, first 5 questions, and then she gave 3 questions homework. What I would do is, I would come home and when I start my study, I first read through the chapter textbook till I reach exercise 21A page, so that I get an understanding about what the chapter is, what areas should I focus on, what is the entire content of this chapter. And also before the exercise, there are some sample questions which are important. You have to do the sample question on your own, and then when you come to the exercise, it will feel a bit easy because you have done some workup before that. And then what we should do is, basically, if the teacher taught us 5 questions, what we have listened in class, we come and then we try to do it on our own without just blindly looking the notebook and then doing it. By listening to the class, we can get 3 or 4 questions correct. If we didn't find a solution, then go back to the maths notebook and then try to understand how it's done. So this will help also in solving the homework. So the other thing is that it helps retain information very well, and now you know what is being taught, and then you did your homework well. So the advantage of being up to date is that now you know what is happening in maths class, and now you are able to retain the information more, and you are able to solve questions way ahead of the class. So that's about the first step. Whatever questions are taught, come back home, solve all the questions, read your textbook till the questions page, understand what it is, ask doubts tomorrow. So ask doubts if you have when you go for the tomorrow's class. That's it. Which brings us to the second tip. So now all of us will have this question, okay, if I try to be up to date from now on, what about the previous portions? So that's our tip number 2, what to do about previous portions. So about the previous portions, say your teacher is now teaching chapter 21. So the first step is always being up to date with the current chapter. So if your chapter 8 is already finished, allocate time for the previous portion, that is chapter 8, in this case to the weekends, that is Saturday, Sunday, where you get extra time. So on Saturday, Sunday, study the previous portions, read the textbook, solve all the sample questions, solve the exercises, and finish it off. It may take a few lot hours since we are doing it for the first time, but it's worth the effort. So all the previous portions which you have currently now, finish it through the weekends. So by finishing the previous portions through the weekends, eventually we will come totally up to date with whatever syllabus is taught. In few weeks time, we will finish our previous portions, as well as we are going up to date from Monday to Friday. So technically we'll become up to date with the entire syllabus. So that's the plan to do with the previous portions. Now, so the other tip is how to remember whatever we study. So there are certain small techniques which can retain the information. So first thing is, when you are regularly solving questions which is taught currently day-to-day basis, certain questions are little bit difficult and we are not able to solve it on our own, and we need help by looking the maths notebook. So what I do is, I mark the question in my maths textbook with a pencil and write there redo, which indicates that I have to again do it tomorrow. So what happens is, tomorrow when I have a new set of questions to study which has been taught on that day, I complete it and then I go back and see, was there any question which I have to redo, so that it will become easy for me eventually. So then I'll redo the question, and this will stick on to my memory for a longer time, since I have did it once more and made it stronger in my mind. So that's a one way of making things easier. And the other thing about remembering stuff is, once you complete an entire chapter, what you have to do is, whatever important formulas are there, whatever important techniques are there, whatever question you feel like you should surely do it, make a note of it on a small white paper of your notebook, and then place it right in front of the chapter in your maths textbook, so that whenever you take the chapter for revision, you can first go through this white paper, which will give you an entire idea of what you have done when you initially studied it. So it will help retain information better. The other thing is, it will help in quickly revising the chapter, quickly revising all the formulas just before entering the exam. It's a very helpful tip. So that's how I used to remember stuff. I used to do the redo method, and the other thing is, I used to make this note, this one single small note before every chapter. So the other important focus is how to revise the entire textbook. So basically, I revised my maths textbook 3 times before I appeared for boards. It is much doable if you started now. You don't need to worry. So what we have to do is, do all questions, all sample questions, all exercise questions, except the last miscellaneous exercise that is present. That is, every chapter have a last exercise which is a little bit difficulty level than the rest of the chapter. That is not at all compulsory. You can skip that, because that is a little bit higher than what is required for our current syllabus. So apart from this, all the questions we have to cover to ensure a very good marks in our boards. So how to revise the entire textbook? So the key to this is, be up to date with the class can help in covering much of the things that happened in a week, in that week itself, and being able to complete the previous portions in weekends will help in covering that portions as well. Now once you complete the previous portions and you are currently up to date with the entire syllabus that is being taught, then from that time onwards, start revising your chapters on the weekends, that is Saturday and Sunday. If chapter 8 is already taught and you have already studied and covered the previous portion, then start your revision with chapter 8. Take chapter 8 on Saturday and Sunday. When you do your first revision, do the entire question, sample question, all the exercises, and finish it off just like how you did when you first studied it. This will help in understanding what are your weak points, how much good are you in remembering whatever you have learned. From this revision, you will get a bunch of areas where you are weak at and a bunch of areas which is very easy for you. Mark them, and the next time when you revise it, only do the difficult questions and then move on. It will save a lot of time and it also builds confidence in you. Each weekend, revise as much as chapter you can. Remember, you have other subjects as well, so plan accordingly, and thus you will be able to finish it if you are starting this method early enough. So that's about the revision part. Another important thing to do is previous year papers. So we have a book called Previous 10 Years, where the book contains all the previous 10 years questions. You can obtain it from your seniors, or it will be available in your school library. So after you finish studying the chapter, you finish first set of round of revision, and you finish your second round of revision, you will be able to do the previous year questions, and that will be too easy for you because you have thoroughly studied your chapter. So basically, after you are up to date with your entire maths syllabus, I would suggest start doing the previous year papers along with your revision, so it will become easy for you. So these are the tips that you can follow currently for an early preparation for your maths board exam. So in this video, I have not included time because it's a very early stage of preparation. We have to get into the flow of understanding and solving and enjoying maths. Once you start becoming confident, time will become your friend. So we'll speak more about tips, how to prepare for your term exams and all in the upcoming videos. If you like the video, if you found the video helpful, please do like, share and subscribe. For more videos, please subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.